For today's Cyber CEO episode,
she does all of our marketing. She does all of our social media posts. On our Tuesday morning meetings, she gives us marketing stats on what the traffic is to our website, to our Facebook pages. Maria does a lot behind the scenes that I probably don't even know what she does because she's just so in tune with the four of us plus our operations managers. So yeah, it's really great. She's involved. She's got her fingers in a lot of pies, as we say. And I would not want to be in this business without having a Maria.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another great day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest coming back to the show. Kim, how are you doing today?
Very well. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for coming back. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate the time. So what we wanted to do was just to continue off where we left off with our last conversation with you and your Cyberbacker, of course. So before we start with that, how long have you been with Cyberbacker as of the moment?
I think we're coming into 2 years.
2 years.
Or maybe it's 3. Maybe it's 3.
So
honestly, time goes so quickly. I should have checked that before. It feels honestly like Maria's been with us since I've been with the team in my 4th year. But I think Maria started, I'm going to say 2 years this summer. Yeah, or this spring.
So a strong partnership at that, going on 2 years now with your Cyberbacker. But quick question about that. Before you even were introduced to Cyberbacker, I mean, how did you find out about virtual leverage, Kim?
Well, I would have to say that I had heard of other organizations using a remote, receptionist or assistant. And I think our leadership and our team was looking. I wasn't involved in sort of going that route, but we just knew that the assistant that we had was becoming very busy because there were 4 of us on the team. And for those that are listening, we're a real estate team in the southern province of New Brunswick in Canada. So, when our team grew, the work began to grow for our assistant that is here with us on the ground. And so they started researching and I don't know if it was Cyberbacker that contacted them or if they heard of Cyberbacker that other realtors were using and sort of got their input and then decided to pursue it. So, yeah, I wasn't involved in the very onset.
Okay. So talk to me more about that, though. So once you heard about Cyberbacker or once Cyberbacker contacted you, vice versa, or either way, so that's how you were introduced to virtual leverage then. But before that, what were your initial thoughts about it, though? Did you have some reservations about it, things like that?
I think we probably all did at the beginning. Again, being in this part of the world, it's relatively new to us to have that. And I guess probably, ignorance of not knowing really what was involved in it. So I think at the beginning, the leadership of our real estate team and that assistant actually did the interview process and decided to, I think maybe from a couple of candidates to go forward for a trial, maybe for a year contract, just to see, how it would fit with us, because we knew that we needed assistance, whether it was here physically or, with someone like Cyberbacker.
So you were like kind of testing the waters then. Would we go with someone who works at the office or someone who would work virtually? Is that right?
Exactly. Yes.
So talk to me more about it. The beginning of the process is, of course, our awesome growth backers would be talking to you about the things that you need. Of course, what kind of tasks you're going to be you're gonna let the cyberbacker help out with. So after that, you go through interviews, right? So were you a part of that process too?
I was not. No. I was introduced to Maria after the decision was made that she would be joining our team.
There we go. So talk to me more about that then. First time speaking with Maria, your cyberbacker, what did that look like?
Well, it was welcoming her because we knew that we were at a growth stage with our team, that we needed someone. So it was very welcoming to have her on board because, I mean, initially we knew that there was going to be a transition period and a growth period and a training period. I mean, that would be normal, even if that assistant was sitting here next to me in person. I mean, there's that process. But no, it was interesting getting to know her personally on a different time zone.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit about her family. So there's been lots of changes since Maria came with us. She's gotten married.
Wow.
She's moved. So we've been along for, the journey with her as well as she's been on a journey with us. So I would say the first initial meeting with her was just to get to know her on a personal level. And so no, I don't think there was any hesitation or anything or any, reserved feelings. We were all welcoming her because we knew, in time, this was going to make a huge difference for our business.
Of course. Now, how important is that? Just a follow-up question there about getting to know your cyberbacker personally, getting to know Maria personally. How important is that in a virtual partnership, you think?
Oh, I would say it's as important as if she was here in person with us. I mean, we have weekly meetings every Tuesday morning at 8:15, and we all get on Zoom, similar to what we're doing now. And, we usually have personal conversations before we get into any of the business things that's going on, because we're a very small group. We're very close in our business and we're good friends, that we've become good friends as well as being in our business. And we like to include Maria in that, so just, we tend to get sidetracked very quickly. If you were to ask Maria on the sidelines, how does your morning meetings go? She'd say, well, it's great, but they tend to get off track very easily because we'll ask her about her family and what time is it there? What's the weather like? We try to, but that's just who we are, I think, as Canadians, maybe New Brunswickers, and our team specifically. We're very much in tune with how are we all doing, both, in business and personally.
So right there, just an example. You didn't just get a cyberbacker to help out with the business, but also a friend that you can talk to from time to time, right, Maria?
Absolutely. Yes. And Maria and I are in communication every day. In fact, I don't think I've heard from her yet today, which is very unusual. But yes, we have very, very open, constant communication.
Now, follow-up question there about communication. How about that? Because earlier we talked about getting to know your cyberbacker personally is very important. How about communication? Where would you rank that? Is it an important aspect in a virtual partnership?
One of my mantras is communication is key.
Love that.
In no matter what relationship you're in. And, our business in real estate can be very complex. We are in a market currently that I don't think any North American realtors have experienced in many years with the pandemic. And Maria being new to real estate, it's a huge learning curve. So communication is very important. And if Maria doesn't understand something, she'll come back and ask for clarification. If I need her to research something for me, I need to be clear on what exactly I'm looking for. But she is very much a part of, our success, and just the relief that we all feel by having her part of the team and looking after so many different facets. So communication, absolutely. I mean, we just couldn't run this business,
of course,
without clear communication, whether it's to our clients or the people that we work closely with, including Cyberbacker.
100% agree with you there. I think the better the communication, the better you get to know your cyberbacker personally too, right? Because you get to talk to them, be it be through video call, email, or text. There is that conversation that really bonds you closer with your cyberbacker too, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Now, more about Maria then. I know last time we spoke about the things that she does and the things that she does to help out in the business. So more about that. Did you add a little more tasks here and there for her to do since we last spoke?
Well, probably not more. I mean, our operations manager, Pam, could probably, answer that question more clearly than myself. We do keep her busy with 4 realtors. Plus, she does all of our marketing. She does all of our social media posts. On our Tuesday morning meetings, she gives us marketing stats on what the traffic is to our website, to our Facebook pages. We just launched our quarterly newsletter that Maria is very much involved in. I look after gathering a lot of the local content of what's happening in our local communities. And between Maria and our graphics designer, they work behind the scenes. So Maria does a lot behind the scenes that I probably don't even know what she does, because she's just, she's just so in tune with the 4 of us plus our operations managers. So it's really great. She's involved. She's got her fingers in a lot of pies, as we say.
So she's really everywhere in the business now then. And of course, a lot of growth for her as well, just being in tune, having a system with you and everyone in the team too. So another question that I have is, again, this is really your first time to work with someone who's virtual. So what was the most difficult part to get used to when you started working with Maria, when you started working with your cyberbacker?
I would say just the training portion of it. I mean, at that time, I was a fairly new realtor, and I was learning myself and explaining to Maria some of the things that I was looking for, what I needed. I mean, it's almost like she probably took a real estate course herself, because she is sort of behind the scenes checking all of not just mine, our team's documents. And with the real estate transaction, there are many, and they are a legal document, and they are very much need to be very precise. And Maria is very quick to pick up if my T isn't crossed or my I isn't dotted, or if there's a missing a link somewhere. She's very quick, because she's very thorough in looking through those documents. So I would say at the beginning, I'm sure it was a struggle for her. And, it was probably a struggle for us at times, because again, that communication and, presuming that Maria knew what we were talking about, and, learning that lingo and that language of real estate, in a different culture here as well, compared to what she's used to. So, I would think would be the most difficult thing was just for us to be clear to her in training and be patient, with her. And, the first year I think was challenging for all of us. But now I don't think any of us could imagine our team and business without her as part of it.
So really, it really takes time as well, because getting used to working with each other. Imagine you're working with someone who's gonna head-on training with real estate, something that she wasn't familiar with, even at the beginning of the partnership, but really needs to have patience. And again, this time, now all of the boxes are checked then, now with Maria, am I right?
Absolutely. Yes. And not only is it real estate, but we have a number of systems in place, both with Keller Williams, which is the brokerage we're with, like background command systems and online tools for the processing of our transactions. And so there was, that in combined with our systems within our team and our personalities as well. So yes, patience for all, because anyone couldn't come into this business and know, what to expect or what's even involved. But no, she's come through that first year and then some. So
So really a lot of patience, of course, communication, and also getting to know your cyberbacker's strengths so you can make use of those as well in the partnership. Now, before we go, we've been talking about Maria for a while, and I know once we have this episode out, she's going to be one of the first people to listen to this. So before we end, would you want to give her another quick message before we end today, Kim?
Maria, and I can speak on behalf of my team, which is Terry and Craig Roberts, Sean Campbell, Pam Dever. I can speak from all of us, from our heart, saying that we're just so privileged to have you and have you immersed in our business and totally understanding it and the extra value that you bring to us. And I have this conversation with other realtors that are not on a team and are solely independent. And I would not want to be in this business without having a Maria.
Now, we are very, very excited to seeing the more success, more growth of this partnership. And once again, Kim, thank you very much for being on the show, choosing to be with us today. We really appreciate your time. We'll talk to you real soon, all right?
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.